What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of GuerrainDawn. I'm your host, John Guerra, and today we're talking to a good friend of mine, Dawa. He is a photographer with Sherpas. For y'all who don't know what a Sherpa is a guide basically to climbing. And I'm not just talking about mountain and rock climbing. I'm talking about climbing Mount Everest specifically in this conversation. This guy's done it a lot of times. He is trained. He knows the ins and outs of Mount Everest. Let's get straight into the episode, guys.
And I can't go on, I can't go on like this, just dwelling on it.
Like this,
Used
like
to be,
this, all this
I can
stuff.
fix these halls and patch these walls, but there's no
Let's get straight into the episode, guys.
you and me. There's a memory.
Also, since you're from Nepal, I get really confused sometimes. I don't know why. I forget that there's like different time zones and stuff, so my mind keeps thinking my time. So I
Yeah,
fall
yeah,
asleep. But how you
yeah.
been?
Even.
Well,
Mm. So how you
how you
doing?
doing?
Which city you
Um,
are in now?
I'm in San Antonio, so Texas right
Uh-huh.
now. Yeah,
Okay, so is this your like studio now you're in?
yeah. This is it right now. So it's
Uh,
changed over time. If we would have when we first originally talked about this, it would have been somewhere else. But now
uh,
this is currently where I'm at. So
looks nice, looks nice.
thank you. I try.
Uh-huh.
So how you been? How's everything going?
Yeah, and now like I'm preparing for another adventure which is coming up in November or October, something like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm preparing for that adventure.
So
Nothing.
is it like constant? Like you're constantly like one after the other, just keep going?
Yeah, at least we have like three seasons per year in a year, three seasons in a year. So we have to the time will be like, well, sometime 1 month, or Everest is like 2 month for 2 months, and then after that Manaslu, after that Ahmadabalam, something like that. So comparing to Everest, Manaslu and Ahmadabalam is less time than Everest. So
So for how long does each like actual like trip take? Because I know it takes a good while, and I know
mm,
most of it is actually I'm not 100% sure on this. So tell me if I'm wrong. But the
mm-hmm,
base camp, there's a lot
mm-hmm.
of time spent in the base camp.
Yeah, for Everest, yeah. Because only the climbing period is 5 days when you go for a summit, and 4 days when you go for a rotation. It means like the climbing exact time of climbing is only like 10 or 15 days, something like that. All the remaining days you will be spending all the days at base camp
Mhm.
and normal hikings around, something like that.
So base to me, base
Hmm.
camp is kind of like the resort, the free trial kind
Yeah.
of thing. You go, you see what's going on, you see how you feel, and then from there it's like either I'm gonna do this or I'm not gonna do this. So is there ever like times where people are in the base camp and they just like I don't think I can do this after all, and they just like cancel the trip?
Yeah, sometimes it happens, but people already like they spend a lot of money. That's why even the money, at least because of the money, at least they make hikings rotations. After that, there are so many incidents, something like that. There are clients like who quit their expeditions that they can't do this and they want to get back. But not only from base camp.
Mhm.
This has never happened. I think happened, but it's rare. So, but I haven't heard something like that.
So when it comes to like the whole payment towards it, is it like
Hmm.
all straightforward and then you go to the trip, or is there a part when you first start and then another part that happens when you actually go and start the actual like climb and then when you're done?
Yeah, basically before Everest we will have some kind of 6,000 meter peaks that is compulsory before Everest. So first when we get into the trip, we go by trekking for with the acclimatization. There will be a different camps like it will take around 15 14 now 10 to 11 days to reach base camp, and then we have to go for 6,000 meter peaks. After that only we go to Everest base camp for final hikings and summit push, something like that. So this is the thing.
Hmm. So I know you climbed K2 recently, if I'm correct on that, right?
But I have to climb K2. Actually, this was my friend who climbed K2. You have watched that blog? Did you
Yes.
watch that blog? Oh yeah. But I am climbing next year for sure. This year, this was my friend who climbed K2.
Hmm. So how's
Yeah.
it like? How did he say the experience was? Because has he climbed Everest himself?
Yeah, it's like 6, 7 times.
So how did he see it between both of them?
No, obviously, like comparing to Everest, K2 is, K2 is more difficult than Everest. He not only he, like many people, say this. That's why I also want to go to, experience this mountain next year. This is
Hmm.
my plan too. Yeah.
So with climbing Everest, like you've done this a good amount of times now. So it's like,
Mhm.
is there a lot of new preparation that you go through? Like, is there like a little training that you put yourself through before you start anything, or is it kind of like your body's used to this? Let's go.
For us, like for Sherpas, like this is, they don't feel training at base camp is that's compulsory, but here in city, like they take other trainings for the mountains, to be more expert in techniques and many things, something like that. But some of them, because they, even me, like you said, even me, I don't feel that I need to, get trained a lot to go for climbing, something like that. So I go normally without, just the equipments and all. Otherwise, I go normally without training anything.
So with Everest, because let me tell you something here. For me to climb Everest myself, like I think about it, and then it's like I'd probably honestly have to like go through puberty again or something because my mind can just like when you look at what they showcase Everest to be, it
Hmm.
seems like a scary climb. But for you
Yeah.
doing it so many times, it is it everything that they show it to be, or is that just like the big moments that aren't always there?
Big moments are always there, but it's just about the time. Like, sometimes people, get a chance to, people, capture the things, something like that, and that, that shows you is scary. Everest is scary, but if you, if you, if you have to see the other thing that which will, motivates you to climb, there will be a lot of moments and times, something like that. But like the scary things hits you more than other like easiest things. So this is the thing. But there will be obviously, like, easy things to, be motivated yourself for climbing.
Hmm. So I see like clips of I know you've done this too, is like where they put the ladder down and then like
Mm-hmm.
you're walking across and it's like
They're
this
climbing
big yeah, and it's like very, very like deep. That looks
deeply.
scary. So do
Yeah,
you
very.
like are do you still have moments where like you're like very cautious or is your mind just like, all right, let's just get through this part? Because I know you said like you've done this a lot of times, but I'm just curious,
Yeah.
does that like fear ever like go away?
See, for me, I feel this ladder is the most easy, easiest part for me, like because I know the exact technique, like how to walk. So whenever I cross, I, put my steps on the ladder. I feel easy, but obviously it's risky. So I feel like I want to cross it fast as possible.
Yeah, that just seems scary because it's like you never know what's really gonna happen.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. That's the
with the
thing.
ice and when you're climbing, like you don't know what's actually gonna happen with everything else.
Yeah, yeah.
And for me, I'm horrified of heights, so that must be a big problem right there alone. But
Mhm.
like, let me tell you something.
Mhm.
A while ago, I tried climbing the rock climbs, and those aren't even
Mhm.
that high. And I got
Mhm.
like 20 feet in the air. They
Mhm.
told me to jump. I turned, I could not jump. I was frozen right there. I had to close my eyes, like just
Uh,
like throw myself back, and I thought I was horrified, and that's when I'm me being tied. So for me
uh-huh.
to like try to imagine being
Mhm.
that high in the air, like have you ever had someone that was scared of heights that tried to do this?
Yeah, obviously, I think I also, before I was trying to, do some wall climbing or something like that. In the at the beginning, I was also, scared of the heights before, but after being into this field, like somehow I had to make it. That's why I became used to it. So now, like, I don't feel, yeah, anything. But before, yeah, at the beginning, I also was scared of the heights first. Yeah.
Gosh, that's a big jump. Just like me trying to imagine like me going from doing that to doing that. Like when you first got to the top of Everest, like how did you feel? Like was it like that big moment in time where you're like, wow.
Yeah, for obviously, Everest is the highest mountain of the planet. So obviously, many people have a dream to conquer it also. But because of some reason, everybody will have some kind of different reasons so that they can't make it. But for me, like when I climbed Everest for the first time, the most special moment for me was, I was actually, we leave from Everest Camp 4 because Camp 4 is the last camp when we climb Everest. Camp 4 is the last camp. After that, we start from at around 6 7 p.m. in the evening. After that, we climb whole night for summit push, and at around 4 a.m. in the morning, we reached at the place called So Summit, from where we see the Everest summit so near. So we climbed almost like 8 9 hours in the whole night, and then we reached at that place when I climbed Everest for the first time. When I was climbing for the first time, we reached there, and I saw the sky like heaven, like that sky. I've never seen it. It was totally golden, and nothing was upper than that one. So the sky was goldy, and it was a different view from there. So that was the most special view for me on
I can
Everest.
imagine that, yeah, that
Yeah.
like being that high. So for you, what are
Hmm.
you doing all this and like when you're climbing, what are you thinking about? Like what is going through your head? Because you're doing this for a good while. This is taking up a lot of time.
Yeah.
Is your mind like thinking about things, getting ideas, like just reflecting on stuff, or what do you think about?
I, when I do the, obviously this is our job, like everybody knows mountain is risky, but for being as a Sherpa or being as a mountaineer, this is our job. So we have to get into this, if, somehow. So what I feel is like, sometime when we climb, sometime the mind, it's just about the mind. Sometime we see the incidents, and sometime we feel like we want to quit, but no. And sometimes, like, like generation is getting more trainy and more competitive, so we have to find the things, seeing to the mistakes of climbing, like how people are climbing. We also think, how can we make it better, like how can you make them trend more or something like that. Also we feel something like this also. But like I said, there are other demotivating things, scary things. So sometimes we also change our, feel like we want to change our mind. These are the things that we feel when we climb.
Mhm. So I know that they a big thing about Everest, and they've said like the past like few years, a
Mhm.
big issue that they're trying to have is that so many people are trying to climb that you're
Mm.
getting these long lines of climbers,
Yeah,
and that causes a
traffic.
lot of issues. Is
Yeah.
there any way around that? Like, is there anything that you can do to avoid that, or is it like when you're in that line, you're in that line?
See, till now, like there is no other way. We have to go online. We have to follow each other. Like till now, there is no other option. But I think later in the future, they may make two routes, something like that. Now also there are two ropes, but we can't, we with the second rope we can't climb up. So that rope is for descending. That's why, because people are always, descending down. So that's why there is no option till now. But in the future, I think they will.
Would you? Is there like certain requirements for you to take somebody to Everest? Like, is there just like some kind of? Can you just take anyone who's like willing to pay the money, or does that have to be like a requirement? Like, do you have to have like in some kind of physical condition? Like, you have to be
You
in
mean
good shape.
as a client?
Hmm.
Yeah, obviously there are requirements to climb Everest. You need to be, physically fit, and you need to be easily, is you need to be easily. Also, they will, see. Excuse me.
Okay.
Uh, and yeah, so yeah, there are requirements. You need to be, they will check your health and health conditions. Is there any, any disease, something like that? Yeah, there should be a requirement. They also see like before you have done.
Burning memories till there's nothing but ash. I'm starting fresh, yeah.